What's going on, everybody? Got Quasi here for Quasi Animation Studio, where you presently are, and Quasi Media Network. Of course, go check out the network. The link should be in the description. If it's not, it's just a simple search, Quasi Media Network. But anyway, let's get to it. So today we are going to talk about setting up a scene. I always say get some reference or whatnot, something you want to refer to. So I'm going to use a rough outline of this, but I'm going to make it an alleyway. So this is what I'm thinking for her. So this is a character from my little visual novel called The Dunes of Gris. Okay, I got to get back into it, but I'm working on movie projects and getting some a lot of scenes and stuff done for that, and also still trying to maintain streaming on Twitch and every so often streaming here on YouTube, and along with building this course. Okay, so that means I have to kind of sit down and think about each thing individually. But so far, what I want to do is take this and we're going to use always put a character in there for scale. Okay, so I'm going to model it out. Okay, I may bring in some external pieces and parts, but for the most part, for like the brick or whatever, like you got like this brick stuff here, I'm probably just going to use textures or whatnot to keep everything sort of based in symmetry. All right, I realized there's some stuff here, and I know there was a picture of this from above, but it didn't want to save properly. And I'm probably not going to do all the tidbits, but I definitely will do like these pipes here, and I probably again do this rather than using a what's the thing called, a in one of the add-ons, because I have the add-on. It's where is it? I think it's what, A Tools, or is it on? Yeah, A Tools. So here in A Tools, I can actually what? Yeah, but here in A Tools, I can do the pipes and I can do the cables. Okay, so instead of using that, and also in Blender Kit, I can actually pull some stuff up too. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple and just do the little bit, just do it with using cylinders or something like that. Okay, so even like these curves here, we'll just use the spin tool for that. If I go and if I even do this, but I know this part right here will have to be cylinders, so you kind of have to think it out. But I know I want to get my ground set up first, and I realize like this is like there's some pieces that are broken up and or whatnot, so I may make a few tiles and then take those tiles and spread them around and then make an array for each one. Or even if I don't do that, like sort of make a grid, or a grid with them, and then randomize it a little bit. All right, so I always make a collection, keep everything tight, nice and neat and tidy. So I'm just gonna call this set alley. All right, and then of course to start with the ground, so I set a tile. So I'm gonna make sure that the tile is, I'm not gonna use a plane, I'm gonna use a cube. I'm gonna push this cube down. Okay, so this cube, let me slide my mic over so this cube is gonna go down, and then I'm going to make sure that this origin is on the 3D cursor. Okay, and we're gonna scale it 0.3. Oh, I meant to scale it on the Z 0.3. All right, so now we have that. So I'm gonna come over to here, and we have our dimensions. Even though the scale is different, we have the dimensions, but I think I'm gonna make these dimensions 0.5. No, let me go up. 1.5 should be okay. Okay, so or just do 1. Yeah, so one person, so I feel like this will be about the size of a 1 meter cube, around 3 feet by 3, well, 3.5 by 3.5 feet. But I also know that this could probably be a little bit smaller. Yeah, I'll deal with that. That's cool. Fine. No, let's make it 0.02. 0.02. All right, and then apply that scale. All right, so this is, we'll just call this tile 1. Not title. Not even gonna use caps. Tile 1. All right, and then tile 1 to be like the regular tile. It won't have any busted bits and pieces. So I'll move it over by clicking the arrow for the X, and then hitting shift, and then going over 2 sections. And we're gonna add another cube. Matter of fact, we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna duplicate this cube, like shift D. Then I'm gonna hit Alt G, and then I'm gonna rename it to tile 2. And then this tile, I'm going to grab and create some cross sections. So I'll create a cross section here and then probably one here. All right, so the reason for that is to do this. Let me show you. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to hit Control Shift B and I'm going to split that and then hit GG, and this way I can slide on that right there. Okay, and this one here from above, I'll just hit G and move it because I want to create like a bit of deformation. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing again, split it one more time. Okay, so now grabbing maybe a few of these and I'll push them down a little bit. And then the same thing here. I'll break it up a little bit. All right. This way now when I come out of it, there's certain little breaks in it. I mean, it's not extreme, but I don't want it to be extreme either. Right? Okay. All right. So even here on the edge, I'll probably bring this edge over a little bit. GG. This way, yeah. So that's tile 1. I mean tile 2. Click. I'm gonna click tile 1 again. Do the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna rename it to tile 3. And don't forget to save. All right. So now same thing here. The only difference is now I'm gonna create 2. And then I'm going to split them, push them further apart. And then here and here, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. All right. Going to break it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And even so, I probably could take a few of these bits, like this one. Let's say I take that one and then just split it. Right, and I'll open this up some. I'll show you what I'll do. So what I'll do is go to faces, and then I'll on normals or individual faces. Individual faces, push it down some, and then come back into and do something to this effect. Back into I can't even think of words, man. The verts. All right, there we go. Yeah. So now we have a little bit of a dip, but I also want to grab these and probably push this back some down a little. All right. So yeah, now you have like a bit of a deviation. All right. And then for the sake of organization, because these are named differently, I mean, this way, if you want to go and use them for something else, you can have them and you will put it in the mesh data. This way, when you click it, it'll, like if you go to the mesh data, let me show you to me. Say if I'm going to go and append something, right? There's particular, like in here. So if I come on to object, the object's going to be named. Okay. So you see all of the object names this way. Now that's object data, right? So if we go to mesh, now it's going to say arrow, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like here it says, where was it? A plane, right? And then you come down, well, let's say, yeah, like here you have plane, 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 but those probably some sort of actual thing that, like in object it'll say tile, but in the mesh it'll say cube. So here I'll just name it to tile 1. So when if I go into meshes and I say I just want one mesh and not the entire object, because the object may be a chair and it's going to bring in all of the meshes, versus when I can just say, hey, here's a tile, and just go straight in there and get that. So now if I grab all 3 of these, I can now move back. Well, I just move it there. Okay, so now, like I said about randomizing these, we have these 3 tiles, and then I can like duplicate and then rearrange them or whatever. But for right now, I'm probably gonna just duplicate it once, well, twice, right? right? And then take each one of these and arrange them differently. And the reason why I'm snapping is this way I don't have any issues with trying to get everything lined up properly. And I can just go straight to where I had it before. I do think I want to switch these two up though. Well, I can do this like this. Yeah. And then back here, this one will go all the way to the end and grab the other one. And then rotate this one 180 degrees. And this one I'll rotate 90. I'll rotate this one negative 90. All right, there we go. Now I can come in, grab, and then, well, I don't want to grab all of that, but come up here and add, because I'll grab all of these and then I'm going to create a new collection for them saying tiles. Right, so now if I grab all the tiles, I can move them or duplicate them accordingly. So what I'm thinking of doing is making them one mesh by just joining them all together, just calling it tile or mass tile. Or just tiles. Okay, so we want it to be to the center, so I'll give it the location. All right. All right, save, don't forget to save. All right, so now that tile is set. So now if I want to really make this thing count even more, because I feel like that's wide enough, I'll go and do an array. Boom. So we're not going to do an array on that. I'm going to do it on the Y plus 1, 1, 2. Maybe that's too long. Just do it on C1. Yeah, that's fine right there. Or should I do one more? Yeah, do one more. Okay, and then what I'll do is on this same one, what I'll do is just for the sake of it, I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, so I'm going to Alt deduplicate and then rotate 190 degrees, and then I'm going to push it back to be on the edge of that. This way now I don't have to do a lot of changing. Also, what I thought about doing is putting it in the center. Yeah, this way, because if you're snapping on the grid, then you don't have to worry about trying to refine it. It's dead on. All right. So now the next piece would be is probably grab these two and do another Control D and then rotate 90, and then grab each one of these and push them to the outer edge. Ooh, they're not going to be dead on. The increment's too big. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can finesse that by holding Shift. All right. All right, cool. All right, so we have a 4-way. I mean, clearly. And I do feel like this can come over a little bit more. I don't mind if they intersect some. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see. Sip of coffee. So I'm probably going to do this video in more than one part, but that's fine. So now I know I have these walls here, whatnot. So what I'm thinking about doing is, again, I'm gonna come in. I know I need this to be in there. All right, so I'm going to create new, and I'm going to go walls. All right, save. And in this case, I'm going to use the cube. I'm just going to, for right now, I'll just get everything set up. All right, so come above, go F, and then on this face here, I'm going to push this face out, because what I want to do is where this is, because I want to do something like that. This cuts off here apparently, but it looks like it goes around the corner. I can't really tell, but I'm sorry, it looks like it stops right here. So what I'm going to do is give it a stopping place, but I'm not going to go past this. Okay. All right. And then the same thing here is grab this edge here, because I know for a fact that these edges stop around those corners, but that's cool. So I'll put it right again on the inside of it, because I want that leg, I mean that edge there. I said leg. Okay. And then here, come right to the edge of it because it's got to go around that corner. And then what I'm going to do is this. Well, matter of fact, let me pull this out to here because that really makes more sense. All right, and then I'll do the same thing I did when I was making the other part for that I haven't put out yet for Lost Days. I'm still working on a part of that. Matter of fact, let's go all the way across. I'll push it all the way out here, and then I'll create another cross section. Hold on, I'm tripping. Let me undo that. Let me grab cross section here because it needs to go past it. Yeah, all right, now I can do this. And then what I'll do is extrude. Again, I'll go past it because I want to use it, use that part for something else. So I wanted to go past a certain point because I wanted it to have a turn. Matter of fact, I'm tripping. I don't want to go past that point because I want it to turn. So let's grab that. Yeah, because I want it to turn. So I'm going to come in and maybe right about there because yeah, I wanted to go out, and I'll just push it out so far. And this one, I think I'll have it go the opposite direction. Right. I don't think that's big enough, so make it a little wider. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so that also means that when I come in here, that this is not going to be tall enough. But because, hey, we got this, I know for a fact that the Z is only 2 meters. I'm going to make it 3.04, okay, which is about 7 foot and some change. All right, so, okay, now go back into solid mode. So I know this is going to create this solidness I don't want. All right, so I'm gonna isolate it and I'm gonna take everything on the bottom and get rid of it because I don't need it or want it. I just need it for walls, so don't need a floor. We have a floor. All right, so also the same for the top. Get rid of those. So now we have a little micro maze here, okay? All right, pull it back and boom, okay. So these edges need to be curved, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm gonna go and grab all the edges, just the edges, nothing else. These I don't even need. Well, this one I need, but these I'm not even gonna worry about right now. Not gonna concern myself with those right now. Okay, grab that one, this one, that one, and that one. All right. And don't worry about that one just yet either. Okay, so I'm gonna hit Control B and pull it. I'm gonna rotate it on one. Okay, just a little bit. Matter of fact, do another one and maybe one more. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna scale in. I mean, I'm using the wrong scale. So yeah, I'll scale in just a little bit, and then I'm gonna pull up some. All right, and then I'll apply all transforms. Okay, so hit smooth, and then I'm gonna go to auto smooth. Okay. All right, so clearly we have these blocked edges here, right? So I'm gonna come in here, go to 3 and click these faces because I'm not going to keep them. Those faces are gonna go away because I'm not gonna use them anyway. And this one here is probably gonna be similar to this one, even though I really don't wanna look down at the alleyway. So what I think I may do here is pull another corner. So if that's the case, let's come in and do this then. All right, do the same thing over here and then do it again. All right, so I didn't need to do nothing on that side. I'm tripping. I just need to do it on this side because it's just going this way. I'm gonna go 3, grab that face and pull out, and then delete this face and this face and that face. All right, so that means that this right here I don't need, but I can come here and do this and then go back to 3 and delete those faces, go back to edges and make those edges one solid piece. All right, there we go. So this edge here is bad off, so we're gonna go ahead and pull it out. All right, there we go. Cute. All right, so now we're ready to rock, because that means that now I can take this one and I'm probably gonna go ahead and just, I'm gonna control Alt D, and it just this way I have oof, what happened there? All right, it worked now. Okay, so This way I can't see that part. Even the same thing here, I want that to do the same thing. I'm gonna Alt D, click, boom, boom, boom. Ooh, it's kind of far out. All right, cool. I see what to do. Grab all of that. Ooh, this is the wrong way to grab it. All right, cool. All right, grabbed. Cool. All right. Yeah. So there'll be a door here. So again, we're creating an alley. So the alley's gonna have some twists and turns in it. And the only reason why I put this here is so that there's something there. Because I mean, yeah, I could subtract, like come here this way that there's not any extra. I could just do this. Oh, but then it's not long enough, you know. So let's undo all that. Yeah, that's fine. This way there's no extra geometry I don't have to have. Same thing here. I just make this 2. All right. Cool. All right. Let's select her so we can have a good center point. All right. So I know I'm going to create a door. That door is going to be handmade, so I'll probably do something similar to this. And I'll just do it separate. This way I don't have to worry about it. But we're going to go ahead and call this wall _ alley. All right. Okay. Yeah, this is it's not too bad. Coming out okay. All right. And then what part? Okay, so I'm seeing that I'm tripping a little bit because this has a like this part here may have to go away because this is like a cylinder. All right. So if I come up and do this, let's see. I may be able to do it. I should be able to do it. I don't see why not. All right. I'm gonna do the same thing, give its origin to the bottom of it. I'm gonna scale Shift Z and then turn it on the Y and then go up 1 and then slide it back. See if it fills up. Yep, that's cool. That's cool with me. All right, so I'm gonna take it to right about here because I don't really want to, because I don't really intend to be going all down there. And then on the X, scale it. So it's coming just on the edge. Okay. Yeah. So I think it's not high enough, but that's fine. Because the entirety of it, I believe, is like a tunnel. So I'll make it sort of a tunnel. So this wall would just be I do think it needs to be expanded a little more though. Yeah, because I wanted this to take over the wall. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because it should come over the edge a little. Yeah, doing good. Okay, and then apply that scale. Gonna hit smooth and auto smooth. All right, so I want to click this face, and I'm gonna take this face and I'm gonna extrude it in. I'm sorry. Hit I to inset it, and then E to extrude backward. Okay, so again, like I said, this face here is going to have to. These faces are going to have to move. But I see that there's like a bit of an indent further back. So I'm going to remove this back face and then grab this face and I'm going to push it back a little more. Let me put it above. I want to make sure they're even. All right. And then I'm going to delete that face. All right. That works. Okay, now the issue I'm having here is I feel like this inner part is not small enough. So all of this is gonna have to come in. I wonder if I can do that like that. Because I don't want it to do that arcing it's doing. Yep, I did it correctly that time. All right, so grab all of this, scale Shift X, and then draw it up. A space big enough for everything to walk through, but it also covers this ground because there is a bit sticking out on the bottom there. So now I can come over here to these faces and grab all of this, and it can go away. All right. Okay, so I know I need to grab these faces. I'm gonna pull them out a little. I'm gonna grab their edges at the top. I'm gonna bevel them. Let me push it out some. All right, and then I think I'll scale them in some. There we go. All right, cool. So this needs to be pulled back further. But now this is where it's going to get interesting. This is where it's going to get interesting because this needs to be closed, but I don't think I want to take this all the way back. And the reason for that is I'm going to have to try. I don't know if I'm better to do that or not. All right, let me see. Yeah, that's not gonna work because I really don't know how to do that. Just being honest about it, I'm trying to think about how to do this because I want there to be an in part, but I don't want this to be like out. Grab faces, grab all these faces, and then just pull this in some and over. I'm sorry, I kicked the mic. I wasn't trying to. Okay, I see what to do. So this face right here on the edge, I'm gonna grab that edge. I'm going to extend it just to take it around the side of it. This way there's no discrepancy there, but I also see that my floor isn't coming through like I want. So I'm gonna grab these two. No, just this one. Same thing and bring it over. All right. This way, when you look back there, it's not out in the open. But I do feel like this wall should be closing in on something. So I could be tripping here. I don't know. It's like it should be on the edge here where you see it. All right, cool. Yeah, that works. But now it seemed like it's not high enough. Grab that top edge. That works. But that also means that the rest of this has to come up too. So that means it's not tall enough. Ooh. No, it may be tall enough. I don't know. But anyway, I gotta do the same thing on the other side, huh? You see how this can get difficult? Cause see how that's poking? Now that head is poking. So that edge is poking through. And I don't want that edge to poke through. So if I grab plus the edges. All right. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. So there is a specificness to the bottom portion of this, I would suppose. So what I'm thinking is get rid of some geometry so there's less to have to process. All right. Okay, yeah, I can see keeping that. Well, maybe not these parts. The rest of it can go away. All right, so yeah, and then I can mirror this. How does it mirror on the X? I don't know what I want to use to mirror it with because I can't, well, I can't use it, can't I? Yeah, I can. I just need to get rid of the edges on the wall. So we're looking at faces, right? These faces can go away. Edge, pull back. All right. The same thing on the other side. That one I'll keep, but I'll just push it back. It's just one of those things where you just think about what you want and how you want it and then execute. And don't be afraid to go through the trial. All right, so this face, let me push back on that, slide it over, boom, got him. All right, so I know that over here I'm gonna have to push this up some more. Because it should be going around that corner there, and then this side. Oh man, I grabbed the wrong thing, didn't I? All right, so so I'll move the exit from here to there. No, it's in the same space. I just need to get rid of this altogether. This just needs to go away, period. I don't even need that. Those faces can go away altogether. All right, cool. Cause understand, none of this at the top. None of this at the top will be seen. Okay, all of this up here will be filled in with more wall. Cause I'm gonna go up higher, but I know I need this here because there's gonna be something on top of that. All right. Because this is more like an intersection here. All right, let's check our time. 32 minutes, okay. All right, I think I'll stop right there and then we're gonna complete this. And once we complete this, then guess what? We can get started on all those parts. So I wanna do, like, again, this is about setting up the scene. We have the character already. So again, you can get your character from where you want them to be or whatnot. You could either use their armature or you can use a control rig. And then also we are going to deal with texturing and setting up lights according to just your own taste and your own flavor. Because understand, everything I do is for you to get a basic understanding of it and then execute. I'm expecting you to have knowledge of what is what in Blender. So if I say, hey, go to, you know, the animation tab. Okay, if you don't have an animation tab open, then you just come up here and you create an animation tab. Okay, so it's like, well, what do I do to that? Well, again, process, go through the menus, look at all of them in a blank, just go into an empty blend file and then just go look at everything. Now understand, mine looks different for everybody else's. They usually have a lamp and a camera and a cube. I don't. My default is different. My default comes like this. So it's one of those things where you have to think about what you want and why you want it. So don't get caught up on those little weird idiosyncrasies. Okay, let's see, startup file. So here you save startup file and boom, there it is. Okay, all right guys, so with that being said, I hope that you learned something. We're gonna, again, this is gonna be more than one video for this, so once this one, I'll have the next one most likely tomorrow. So with that said,